Fucking love this ex-comedian, great friend of the room. Everybody, make as much noise as you fucking can right now. Go buck wild and nasty for Katie Zane!
When I was a kid, do you guys remember that movie Cool World? It's a dope-ass movie. That was one of those movies that made me feel like, can you date a cartoon? Like, is it cool? I think what I'm trying to say, Martin, is I co-sign your relationship. That's all. Also, I don't think Michael's inside. I think he's outside smoking. But when he was talking about Nick, people voting for Gary, whatever, Newman or whatever the fuck that dude's was, Jerry Johnson, whatever the fuck that dude's name was, the third-party dude. It made me think of when I was in elementary school and I voted for Ross Perot and our mock election because he was on TV. And so, like, it made me think of how people probably have voted that are adults. I'm like, oh, they were like, that person was on TV, I'm going to vote for them. That makes me very concerned for America because I'm certain that that's what happens. The next thing I want to talk about regarding my childhood is that when I was in 5th grade, I got bullied really, like, pretty bad. It was like, I got bullied for a lot of, like, my school life, but that was probably the worst year. It really culminated when, like, a girl put a ketchup packet on my seat, and I sat on it, and then I had to wear a sweatshirt from the Lost and Found the whole day that smelled like other people, so that was cool. And how I dealt with this is, do you guys remember the DARE program from school? You guys remember good old DARE that definitely cut people off drugs? For sure, right? Do you guys remember they also had a workbook? And in that workbook, they had cartoon characters of drug addicts for reasons. And so what I would do to handle being bullied so bad is I would go through the workbook and I would label all the drug addicts as people who were mean to me. Because that's what I hoped for them. I was like, Sharon's gonna become a drug addict for sure. Susan's gonna get pregnant when she's 14. Definitely. Like, I just wished all these horrible futures for these people because they were so mean to me. And I realized when I became a comedian what I should have really been wishing upon them is being a person who does open mics but isn't funny. And who just like keeps going to open mics, tries their hardest, but isn't talented at all. Because that's the saddest reality I can think of, and maybe the worst thing I could wish on an enemy, to be perfectly honest. Comics learn, you know. Nobody wants to think they're great at something and actually be the worst. Like, doesn't that sound like the worst thing ever to anybody else? So my sister works at a McDonald's, and she really likes her job, like super sincerely. And it probably has something to do with the fact that her McDonald's is one of the few that doesn't have a drive-through. Right. And what this means is they're mostly like a commuter McDonald's. So like Monday through Friday, that's when they get most of their business. What this means is on Saturdays and Sundays, people will drive up to the McDonald's, see there's no drive-through, and then drive away. Because it's not worth walking that 15 feet for those chicken nuggets, alright guys? It's also like the most American thing I can think of. Like being too lazy to get out of your car for McDonald's. Like, Jesus Christ. The next thing, the last thing, because I just got the light from you, that I'm going to tell you guys about. Did you guys know that the dick pic just became officially a legal and finable offense in Texas? Yeah, right? And I was a little bit when I found out, first of all, $500, like that's it. Did you guys know that that's also the same fine for feeding a pigeon in Chicago? It's the same fine. And it's like, is it enough? I don't know. Also, Texas, well done you. Like, you're number one in progress right now against dick pics, and also number one with people on death row. Like, who knew those things would coincide? And that's enough out of me. I've been Katie Zane. Thank you guys so much for having me.
Everyone, keep it going for Katie Zane.